Hey everyone, all the beautiful people, welcome to today's case studies videos. Akshay Rajshekaran here. Today I'm going to share you some amazing things what I have learned from some of the world's greatest saints who have ever lived on the planet, like some greatest kings and the greatest saints. I'm going to share with you guys what I have learned from Saint Kabir Sahib. Saint Kabir Sahib is one of the world's greatest saints ever lived on the planet. See, he is one of the most greatest saints ever lived on the planet, who was the first person in the entire world who literally changed the paradigm, like the worldview what people see. He was the first guy in the entire world who said Guru is greater than God, and he is like the most controversial spiritual leaders in the world also, because not everybody is going to agree with what Saint Kabir Sahib said, because he showed the truth, right? And that is what he said. The biggest learnings was Saint Kabir said, the soul is immortal, the soul is the God, right? The most important thing, whatever you do, your soul, we always focus on all the different things like indriyas, we want beautiful things to see, beautiful things to hear, beautiful things to eat, we are always we want more money, we want a better house, we are always worried 24/7 in all the materialistic things, but very few people are actually even worried about the soul, the inner beauty, the most important thing. Because what Saint Kabir Sahib said was, whatever goes up comes down, whatever see, anything which goes up comes down. Example, if I want to tell, let's take an example of a tree. It grows. After one day it is going to start falling, it is going to start dying, right? All the leaves will be falling at the end of the day. It falls down. And these are the most important things. And Saint Kabir Sahib was the first person in the world who was talking about the outer world apart from heaven, hell and earth, right? The fourth world. So I won't go super detailed, but whatever key takeaways I'm going to tell you, okay? And the most important thing what I learned from Saint Kabir is these are the some rules which I want to tell you guys. If you follow these rules, it is going to be a super easy, and you will have an extremely greatest life, okay? These are the rules which I learned from Saint Kabir Sahib. The number one thing is what I have learned is there are 7 principles, okay? If you follow these principles, you will be able to achieve whatever you want in your life, you will have a great life, okay? The number one is always speak the truth. He tells, I should always remember, sometimes you don't speak the truth, go silent, don't lie. Honesty saves you from remaining all the lies. Even if you see Mahatma Gandhi, he said Satyameva Jayate. If you see even the notes, right, everywhere it is written truth. There is no bigger thing than the truth, and that's what he tells, always speak the truth. And second thing is be vegetarian. See, not everybody is going to agree, but I'm going to tell what Saint Kabir Sahib said, okay? Be vegetarian. See, I'll tell you why. See, natural law says everyone in front of the world is equal. Does not matter where they are, big or small, because everyone should have kindness in them, because everybody has soul in them. And don't harm any animal, and don't throw leftover food to animals. See, that is also a very big mistake which most people try to do. When we try to do whatever we give, it will come back to us. Example, if we throw leftover food to an animal after whatever food we are eating, one fine day once again we are born as an animal or something, we will get the same food. Whatever goes around comes around. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Don't throw leftover food. The same way how you are going to eat the food, keep the same food to the animals. Karma, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. People tell how does this all things work, right? See, everything has a reaction. Whatever we do, we get an output, and that's why make sure that you take the right action. Third thing is don't consume intoxicants like alcohol or like drugs. See, the mind can be controlled. Like basically Saint Kabir Sahib's like the main ideology what he shared is mind is our biggest enemy. If you want to control like your mind, if you are able to control like your mind, you have won. There is nothing big achievement in the world if you know exactly how you can control the mind. The biggest wonder of the world is like who are you, who am I. Like if you know that, like you have won the war. The most like when we consume any intoxicants, alcohol, drugs, it ruins all the parts of your body, liver, kidney, etc. And fourth is gambling in any form is not allowed. See, that is what it tells. Like even if you see like Mahabharat or like any great things which has happened in India, the whole game was was because of like gamble, right? Because of that they had lost their entire kingdom. That's what Saint Kabir Sahib tells. The whole kingdom was destroyed because of gambling by the worst way. It creates enmity too, and that's why make sure that you go away from gambling. And fifth one is like never steal. This is the most important pillar. Never steal nor buy stolen goods. Use only hard-earned money. Don't scold and get scolding from other people. Don't curse anyone or like get cursed by anyone. Right? And this is the fifth pillar. Sixth one is be faithful to your partner and practice celibacy with others. Like no fap, have one partner in your life. Don't dream of anybody else. See, and this is also like very very important, which Saint Kabir Sahib said. Always stick to one thing. Make sure that like you stick with one partner and have a great life with them. Don't try to be that person who wants everything in the world, right? And this is the most important rule. And seventh most important pillar rule is earn your livelihood through like legitimate means. Don't judge in short-term baits. Don't look for instant gratification. Earn ethically. That's the most important thing. See, there are like million different ways how you can earn money, but the most important thing is like earning money with something where you can add more value and help more people to make a world a better place to live. And these are like the 7 top learnings, like the pillars which I learned from Saint Kabir Sahib, which Saint Kabir Sahib tells like if you follow this, like you will have like extremely great life, and which can help you to reach like your salvation. And like spiritual terms, right? Like Saint Kabir is a spiritual leader, and he is one of the only few people in the world who had got like so many death sentences, right? Like more than 52 death sentences he had got, and he faced like so many problems than I can ever imagine about any other leader in the world, right? He got like so many punishments because he was telling about like the things, and he was showing the knowledge to the world, right? And these are like the biggest things. He actually revolutionized the world, and actually very few people actually follow him very deeply, like less than 1% or like 2% people, right? And not everybody can understand. And if you can understand Saint Kabir Sahib's learning, it is going to be like super awesome for you, right? And that was my biggest takeaways from Saint Kabir Sahib. How was it? Do let me know in the chat. What was the biggest takeaway of you learning from like Saint Kabir Sahib's, like the biggest rules and like principles what he followed, and how he was able to help. See, and Saint Kabir is not a Hindu, not a Muslim. He's like equal, right? Like it's not about like one religion or something. He was like equal to everyone in the world, and that was the beauty, right? Anybody who just talks about a religion can't be considered a greatest saint. It should be like equal to everyone, and that is what like Saint Kabir Sahib showed, and that is how he was able to help like so many people. How was it? Like, do let me know in the chat what was your biggest takeaway of like Saint Kabir Sahib's like top learnings.